I want to hear from you, the viewers, this week. Please comment down below. How do you deal with children, if you have children or grandchildren? Maybe your children have grown, but how did you deal with separation anxiety? Now, maybe it's short term. Maybe there's a parent that needs to leave the house for work for a week, or maybe, a loved one has passed on and they have separation and anxiety. Not just for children who are on the spectrum, but how did you deal with it? Over the years, me and my wife have dealt with separation anxiety with not only our daughter, but our son as well. Completely different, when it comes to neurotypical and, obviously my son who's on the autism spectrum. But how did we deal with it over the years? When my daughter was younger and somebody, who was close to her had to leave, or maybe they passed away, we used to have her draw pictures for that loved one or that person, and then we would mail them to that person. Or we would have her hold on to them until that person returned, and then she could give them the pictures. We've tried something like that with our son, not to, any great, surprise. It wasn't very successful for him when he was younger. Now, he's only 9 now, but what we have found that has worked with my son is sitting down when he gets, he has that separation anxiety of the actual separation. Either, my wife, like this weekend, in fact, is going out of town, and she'll be out of town for 3 days. Without mommy there, he's having anxiety about it. So what we found, that is helpful in this situation is sitting down and talking with him about, what is your favorite thing about mommy? When mommy comes back, what would you like to do with mommy? And then planning even a small, tiny activity. It doesn't have to cost anything at all. It could be at home, maybe go to the park, something before, so he can kind of ease back and realize that mommy's back with him. So that seems to be working right now. But again, I want to hear in the comments section from you this week. How have you dealt with it with your children, your loved ones in the past, with separation anxiety, either temporary, short-term, or long-term? Thank you very much. And you have a terrific weekend.